Welcome to week 6 of the Leadership Endeavour Weekly Challenge. This week, we continue exploring one of the most essential pillars of leadership: connection. Last week, we focused on the art of listening to understand, learning to pause, seek meaning, and reflect before we respond. This week, we take the next step, the skill that deepens listening into empathy. Perspective taking. Stephen Covey said it best. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Perspective taking isn't about agreement, it's about insight. It's the ability to step outside your own assumptions and momentarily see through someone else's eyes. Great leaders don't just hear words, they read the story behind them. Because when you take time to see from another person's point of view, you create connection. And that's where trust begins. Leadership today is complex. You manage multiple priorities, personalities, and pressures. Perspective taking helps you navigate all of that with clarity and empathy. When you intentionally consider how others see the same situation, you expand your emotional intelligence, your ability to read the room, adapt your message, and build trust. It's not just about kindness, it's strategic. Perspective taking strengthens collaboration by helping you anticipate needs, prevent misunderstandings, and find common ground faster. It also reduces bias and blind spots. The moment you ask, what might they be thinking or feeling? You move from judgment to curiosity, and curiosity is where problem solving and innovation begin. Great leaders don't just lead from their view, they lead from a collective one. Think of perspective taking as looking through 3 lenses. The first is the empathy lens. This is the emotional view, the ability to imagine what someone else might be feeling in the moment. Maybe they're not defensive, maybe they're worried, maybe they're not resistant, maybe they're uncertain. Empathy gives you insight into what's behind the behaviour. The second is the experience lens. Everyone's perspective is shaped by their past. The successes, the setbacks, and the stories that define how they interpret the present. When you ask, what past experiences might be shaping this person's view? You start connecting with their humanity, not just their role. And the third is the intent lens. Here we pause to ask, what are they trying to achieve or protect? Sometimes people aren't pushing back because they disagree. They're protecting something that matters deeply to them. Their credibility, their team, their sense of control. When you look through all 3 lenses, empathy, experience, and intent, you shift from reacting to connecting. You stop seeing them and start seeing us. When you look through all 3 lenses, empathy, experience, and intent, you shift from reacting to connecting. You stop seeing them and start seeing us. Harvard Business Review found that when leaders actively practice perspective taking, team collaboration increases by 33%. The Center for Creative Leadership reports that empathy and perspective taking drive 40% higher innovation. The Journal of Applied Psychology found that teams with leaders who take others' perspectives experience 29% less workplace conflict. Gallup's 2023 report showed that when leaders regularly seek diverse viewpoints, inclusion and retention improve across the board. Perspective taking isn't soft, it's strategic. It's the difference between being heard and being trusted. It's how leaders build workplaces where people feel understood and motivated to give their best. Here are 4 practical ways to practice perspective taking this week. First, ask open questions. When you ask, what's most important to you about this? You create a safe space for people to share what truly matters, not just what's easy to say. Second, paraphrase what you hear. Instead of responding, reflect. Say, so what I'm hearing is... This shows you're not listening to win. You're listening to understand. Third, challenge your own assumptions. We all bring our experiences, beliefs, and biases into every conversation. The moment you pause and ask, what might I be missing? You create room for growth. And fourth, imagine alternatives. Step into another person's reality for a moment. What would this situation feel like if you were in their shoes? When you do these 4 things consistently, connection deepens naturally. This week's challenge is simple and powerful. Every day choose one interaction. A meeting, a feedback conversation, or even a disagreement. And intentionally take another person's perspective. Ask yourself, how might they be seeing this differently than I am? Notice how your assumptions shift when you slow down enough to see from their side. True connection begins when understanding becomes more important than being right. Every week, you're taking small, intentional steps towards stronger leadership. Perspective taking helps you connect with people's stories, not just their statements. Remember, leadership isn't a destination, it's a daily decision. Each time you practice empathy, curiosity, and connection, you build the kind of leadership people want to follow. So commit to the journey. Comment, share, and subscribe to help others lead with purpose and direction. 1 week, one leader, one challenge at a time. That's how transformation begins.